Duncan Meter here. Welcome back to the channel. This video is for beginners. It's basically how do you load and unload a semi-automatic handgun or pistol or firearm, whatever you'd like to call it. This does not apply to revolvers, and I want to preempt this by saying you should still take proper hands-on firearms training with a certified instructor at a range. This does not take the place of that. This is to supplement and just kind of remind you again how to properly load and unload a semi-automatic handgun. If you could just take 30 seconds and do some housekeeping and hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, it would help my channel. Alright, with that being said, this is how you would receive the handgun from the manufacturer, from a box, from wherever. It is unloaded. There's an unloaded magazine, and there are some ammunition cartridges or rounds or bullets, whatever you like to prefer to call it as, here in front. We're going to double check to make sure this is unloaded. And to do that, you point it in a safe direction, and you want to rack the slide back, because if there's a round in the chamber, it's going to eject it. So as we can see, this is clearly unloaded. I have a separate video on my channel on how to load a magazine. Feel free to watch that if you don't know how to load a magazine. If you'd like a new video or something specific, please leave a comment, and I'll do my best to help you out. So we're going to take this magazine, and we're going to load it with one round. So this magazine is now loaded. It can hold a lot more, but there's one round in here for the moment. Let's say we're at the range and we just want to take one shot. We're going to pick up the firearm, point it in a safe direction. Now this firearm happens to have a safety. I have the safety engaged in my specific scenario here. You may not have a safety if it's a Glock. You may not have a safety on the Smith & Wesson if you chose not to get one. But it's in a safe direction. I'm going to take the magazine, I'm going to insert it, and I'm going to push it until it clicks. So it clicked. It is loaded in terms of the magazine being in the firearm. There is still no round in the chamber. Next thing you want to do to properly load this firearm, again, it's pointed in a safe direction. My finger is not on the trigger. It is not even within the trigger guard. I'm going to rack the slide once, which will put a round in the chamber. There is now a round in the chamber. This firearm is loaded and ready to shoot. All you have to do in this case is take the safety off. So let's say you're at the range, you're shooting, you're tired now, and you just don't want to shoot anymore. Or for whatever reason, you have a loaded firearm on your person, maybe you have a concealed carry, whatever the scenario might be, and you want to unload it. There's two steps to unloading this firearm. One is you have to drop the magazine. The second, and probably the most important step, is you have to get the round out of the chamber. Because with the round in the chamber, this gun will fire. To drop the magazine on this particular firearm, the magazine release button is right here, right outside the trigger guard. Some of them, it's on the other side. Sometimes it's ambidextrous. So what I'm going to do, holding this in a safe direction, I'm going to hit the button. The magazine is out. Now notice, when I put this in earlier, there was a round in the magazine. It's no longer here. That means it's in the chamber. The second and most important step you want to do, again pointed in a safe direction, is you want to rack the slide, and the round will come right out of the ejection port. There we go. The round is now out, and I'm going to show you again. I'm just going to rack this back and lock it in the open position, and you can see that this firearm is unloaded. I want to stress, if you take nothing else away from this video, dropping the magazine does not unload the firearm. You always want to make sure you either rack the slide or lock the slide open in the back position like this, so that way you can see clearly that there is no round in the chamber. I hope you guys found this helpful, and like I said, if you could like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. I've got some other videos on the channel that you might find helpful. And leave some comments. I'll do my best to read all of them, and will respond to as many as I can. Thank you for watching, and be safe.